Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be going over the 3 tools that you need to ensure that you stay consistent in all sorts of training. And not just training, in life. A lot of people are distracted, they never get anything done, they waste their time, waste their whole day on their phones or on Instagram or TikTok, whatever it might be. All these sorts of social media that get us distracted from our goals or priorities. And there's these 3 tools that I use and that I've helped some of my friends use to really help them narrow down their objectives, their goals, and stay consistent on whatever they might feel they're lacking on life in. It really helps you find purpose, and that's as we go further into the video, this will be the main overall theme where you'll see that everything revolves around purpose. What do you want to do? What defines you as a person? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so if you guys have seen any of my older videos, or not that much older, seen any of my videos in the past, I've said this already a lot of times in the past, but when you're doing anything in life, any sort of goal setting, anything that you want to stay consistent with, always write it down. I have my little trusty notebook here. I write down everything in this notebook, all my goals, my objectives, whatever I want to do, write it down. I have this routine, so where I wake up in the morning, I spend 30 minutes planning out my month. I have 30 days in a month, or the next 30 days. So I have it organized. What's my next 30 days? And I have a plan on how I'm going to spend my time each of those 30 days. And a lot of the time, plan doesn't work out. Plan 90, I'd say 80% of the time doesn't end up going exactly how I planned it going out. For the day or one of the days there, each day usually has about a 20% chance of going exactly how I plan it. But the whole idea about this plan is that every day I wake up 30 minutes, I spend 30 minutes on planning out each day. So I have 30 days already pre-planned. I plan the 30th day, and then I go back and edit some of the stuff from my previous days. It takes only about 30 minutes. As the day goes on, things change, so then I might have to go change more days throughout that 30-day period. And as every day passes, I add an extra day. So I have to go back and forth changing. But what happens is that as the day progresses, I realize that I already have a plan, and some things that people you see in life, people aren't really prepared for them. I feel like I'm prepared for them because I already have everything organized in a way where I'm getting everything done when I need to get it done in the way I need to get it done, since I have my time organized and I have a plan. Most people wake up and have no idea what they're going to do. It also gives you that sort of drive that you don't really get in most things that you do. Most people do things, they don't have any sort of drive at all because they don't know what they're going to do. And drive is very important. You need some sort of drive whenever you're doing anything in life, since without it, you're just kind of stuck aimlessly walking through the day. And it's just, you need to have written plans. And if you do it the way I do it, like I said, when you write every day 30 minutes, I guarantee you it'll make you much more productive, and you're not going to be wasting these 30 minutes. People are always saying how working out or writing all this down or meditating, which I'll go further into the video. This is one of my other reasons, one of my other 3 reasons, is a waste of time. The reason people say this is because they don't do it themselves, and they don't know how much more productive you become after doing these things. As a result of doing these things, you just get so much more work done. It gives you that new level of focus, determination, discipline. That's the word for it, discipline, that you didn't have before. Discipline builds from this, and it builds off of all 3 of these things that I'm going to be giving you guys, including this, which is note-taking. Because discipline, I think of it as the ability to do something whether you want to or not. A lot of people don't have that ability. A lot of people can't do anything unless it's impulsive and it just comes to them and they impulsively feel like doing it, which that's what they call motivation. Motivation is the desire to do something specifically, or that you have that type of drive to do one specific thing. But discipline is the ability to do this consistently. Your focus, you keep that type of motivation for everything that you do, whether you want to or not. You're able to stay quote-unquote motivated, even though you have this sort of stigma towards things, and view things more equally. so you don't have favoritism or bias towards anything. And you'll always have favoritism or bias towards some things, but the goal is to try to limit that. So when we're going to our next thing after we're done using this notebook, writing down our goals, one of the things that I always say too when you're using the notebook and you're setting your goals, is to think about what people are going to remember you for 200 years in the future. What are they going to remember you for? That's it. If you don't know what you're going to do, you have zero frame, you're not going to be able to work towards anything. You're just going to waste away. If you think about it that way, then it really helps with setting the framework for all your other plans throughout every day, every month, every week, and just helps in general with everything. So next thing was meditation. People don't meditate, and I feel like it's very, very sad, because if you did meditate, you'd see that it is extremely beneficial towards your focus, your concentration. It helps you sort out all those thoughts that you have in your head, because a lot of people have thoughts that are just constantly going through their head. They're always questioning themselves. They don't have certainty. If you want to become a certain person, you want to be 100% on everything that you do. Meditation really helps. I have this sort of meditation tape that I do. I change it once a month. It's that I write it down on my plan sheet, where I record what I want. So if I want to do something, I'm going to get it done. And I say it to myself, and I have this Baroque music playing, and I'm like talking to myself in this video that I have recorded for this tape, and I have it on my phone, and it just goes with Baroque music edited in the background, because people have done research that this helps you get into alpha delta, which I've talked about in some of my previous videos, which is a brain zone wave. Like, so it's when you set your brain sends waves through your body, these signals to tell you activate different functions, and it gets you to this kind of like state. Let's just say alpha delta is like a state of being, and it helps you concentrate and focus on the thing that you're listening to. Not really focus. It kind of like activates. I try to think of it as two things. You have your conscious and your subconscious. Your conscious is what you consciously do things with, and then your subconscious is things that you get based off of impulse and your sort of instinct. It kind of feeds into that. So if you say in this tape, you are a great chess player, you are a great chess player, you are a great chess player, it'll slowly feed into that subconscious, where you believe subconsciously that you are a great chess player. Because you hear yourself telling you that every day, and you always want to say you when you're doing this type of tape. It's very beneficial for not only your self-esteem, but also for your building discipline. Helps you build discipline. You can write that there too on your tape, and listening to it alone helps build discipline, because it gives you that one thing that you have to do every day. And doing something consistently every day alone in its own right is building discipline. Now, the final tool, the third and final tool that I always recommend, is the implementation of systems. This all goes back to the foundation of discipline. When we're implementing systems, we want to be thinking of working out. That's the sort of system. I work out 5 days a week. 5 days a week, I work out. I'm not saying I work out 5 days a week. I work out 6 days a week. So let's say 6 days a week. I work out 6 days a week. This just consistently builds on itself. Every day that I work out, I build more and more towards that person who I have in my tape, who is he's disciplined, he's focused, he's concentrated, and he works out. And I self-affirm myself, and I self-affirm myself, and I self-affirm myself. And you're building your own person. You're building yourself up. Consistently, you'll see throughout the day, there's things that break you down, but through listening to these tapes and building these systems of working out, of could be something small too, like walking your dog or feeding your cat, whatever it is. Just not watching TV and wasting time on social media. That builds discipline in it of itself, since you're working towards something to make yourself better, and it's progressively improving you as a person. And you'll see people around you will start to notice it, and you'll see it in yourself too, in every way, in the way you act, in the way you talk, in the way you see the world, as you progressively build that sort of system, self-discipline, and improve yourself. So I hope you enjoyed these 3 tools. Remember that is notebook, along with goal setting as tool 1, meditation tool 2. Tape tool 2. Meditation was tape 2. Meditation tape, those tool 2, and then implementation of system was tool 3. These are all top three different tools that I use to stay consistent and that I believe will help everybody else, watches this and implements the tools, stay consistent, and what has helped my friends be consistent in their goals and whatever focuses and aspirations they have. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. Comments down below. And yeah, hope you like this video, guys. Bye.